Hi guys, here we go. Now part 2 of how I prevented my eviction using the law of attraction, and this is the amount that I owed in rent arrears, including court costs, which takes it over, I don't know, it's probably about, it's over $3,000 worth anyway. So I already spoke about in the last video how to get clarity through contrast. You use the left hand side to write down the things you don't want about a particular situation, and then down the right hand side what it is you actually do want from a situation, and then you put a line through everything you don't want, because you don't need that anymore. You focus now on what you do want. So the next step then is to raise your vibration, and how to do that, you make a statement, desire statements. So unlike affirmations, desire statements are worded differently. So in an affirmation you would say I am this, or I have this, or whatever, you know, along those lines. You keep it in the present tense and you keep it positive, which is fine. Except you could be saying to yourself, I am a millionaire, and you're sending out that vibration. You say, yes, I am a millionaire. However, your subconscious mind is saying, hey, excuse me, but I've had a look at your bank account and you're not a millionaire. It cancels out that positive vibration. The way a desire statement is worded is, I am in the process of attracting and allowing my ideal situation. So you can see the full thing there. This is the one I did for my housing situation, my ideal situation. You can see it probably there. I am in the process of attracting and allowing all I need to do, know and have to attract and allow my ideal housing situation. And then I wrote out these statements to clarify exactly what I wanted. And they're specific, but they're kept in the positive, but they're kept in that same kind of frame. There is another way of doing that, which I'll teach at another time. But here you can see just ideally, I would continue living at my current address, until I decide to choose another option. Ideally, my landlord are in agreement and we can move on in a positive way, which is beneficial for all concerned. And then at the very bottom, you can read that part there, which says, the law of attraction is unfolding and orchestrating all that needs to happen to bring my desire. And you can see there the date that was actually fulfilled. So what did I do? Well, I told you that the 2nd of March is when I found out about my eviction date. The 13th of March was going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning. So that gave me 10, 11 days. But the first 2 days I couldn't do anything. So the 2nd was on a Friday. So I had to wait until the Monday. So on the Monday, I went to my local town hall to see what help I could get there from the benefits team, from the housing team there. And they gave me a load of help. They gave me some really fantastic help, advice and so on. I went from there to the Citizens Advice Bureau, got some forms I had to fill in, and they gave me some more help as well. I took those forms back to the housing team at the local town hall. They actually gave me the train fare, so I could then go to the county court, which is in another town, to submit my papers, so I could then have a hearing about my eviction. That happened on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, I got a phone call from the county court saying that the eviction process hearing would be on the 13th, the same day as the eviction, but at 9:45 in the morning. So about an hour and a bit before the actual eviction time. Panicking a little bit. And I also heard from my local council. They sent me, she called me up actually, saying that I could apply for a housing discretionary payment, which would take care of my arrears if it was agreed. So I had to go back to the council. I went in there and to the housing team. They gave me the forms. I filled in the forms, handed them in. On the Friday, I found out that I had been accepted, providing I could pay the court costs. They would pay the arrears. I had to pay the court costs. I then tried to find someone to help me with the court costs. Unfortunately, none of my friends that I asked were able to do so. I then emailed my landlord. This is still on the Friday, and said, look, tell you what we'll do. I was going to pay extra anyway, so just paying an extra payment towards my arrears anyway to help prevent my eviction. How about I use that payment to pay off the court costs? They agreed to that, provided I got a letter from the housing benefits team saying that they were going to pay the arrears. I got that letter. I got that letter here, and you can see on there that is the amount of the arrears that they were going to pay, providing my landlord was in agreement. On the Tuesday the 13th, I went to the court, met up with the representative from my landlord. We sat down, looked through everything, and everything was in agreement. Went in front of the judge. 5 minutes later, eviction stopped.